I've just had one of the best experiences of my gaming life. Sword of the Sea is an indie game developed by Giant Squid, who worked on two other titles, Abzu and The Pathless, whose founder also worked on the art style of the popular game called The Journey. Sword of the Sea, while short, hits big with an incredible atmosphere and one of the best music playlists I've ever seen from any game. You play as a silent wraith who's awoken by a single drop of water and stays silent throughout, and this is important to remember. Today I'm going to give you my review on Sword of the Sea, a game I completed in just one evening and wish I could play for the first time again. Sword of the Sea for me is a perfect example of why indie games at the moment are on top, because it feels like the developers actually have some passion behind the game and create some of the most phenomenal atmospheres and art styles we've ever seen. The first thing I think I must pick up on is the music, because Austin, Wintory and the team did an extremely good job. He's worked on the likes of Assassin's Creed Syndicate and The Journey itself and a lot more titles, but the music was just phenomenal. It creates this atmosphere, it creates the mood, it makes you feel things without there being any dialogue. And this is important. The game doesn't have really any dialogue, yet you feel things, you have the atmosphere, and you understand the story behind the game. The game does a lot of talking without using any words, and I think that would summarize it perfectly well. This period with phenomenal artwork gives you a lot of similarities to The Journey, and although I've not played The Journey, even I could see from the art style the similarities. And this is not surprising because the founder of Giant Squid also was the art director for The Journey. So it's very clear that there's been a lot of inspiration taken, and a lot of people who watched me play the game whilst I was streaming it, who had played The Journey, spoke about the comparisons. One of the best things that I'm finding from these indie games is they're short. They're not demanding, they don't take over your life, and this was about 3 hours of runtime. I think in the longest saves you could do 5 to 6 hours. However, with there being a trophy of completing the game in under 2 hours, you could rush through this, but I would not recommend doing that. This game leaves you with a sense of curiosity and you want to keep on exploring. This, with fluent movement on the sword which you are surfing on, makes you want to explore different areas as you enjoy the movement so much. In fact, this is only the second time this year that I've been wowed away by the movement. The only other game this year so far that has wowed me away with movement was Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is on par with it, if not better. And considering Giant Squid is a small developer, for them to utilize the PS5 controller from its rumble vibrations and more so well really did impress me. Some of the rumbles as you actually surf is really impressive and puts some of the bigger developers to shame that they don't utilize the controller as well. Now, I am aware because this is a PlayStation exclusive, this might be a factor as to why they got to develop that controller so well, which is probably the only negative, that if you're an Xbox player or a Switch player, you currently cannot experience this brilliant game. And I think this is a game that everybody needs to play at least once, and you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing it. If you do have access to the PlayStation catalog, which most people do unless you're in the basic tier, you will have access to Sword of the Sea for free. There is no physical copy of the game, but you can buy it digitally as well. It is on PC if you are a PC player. Whilst the story is nothing to write home about necessarily, the rest of the game is brilliant. And the comparison that I personally made with the game was actually Zelda Breath of the Wild. A lot of the kind of feelings that I felt during the story of this game, I felt during Zelda, which may be a strange comparison to make, but that is just how I felt. Graphically, the game is unsurprisingly phenomenal. This partnered with artwork means you get a totally enjoyable experience when playing the game, and I would highly recommend this mixed with the music, that you have all other sound turned off and you just play the game and enjoy. If you've got 3 hours available, I would recommend doing this in one sitting, and to be honest, the game will probably hook you for that one sitting. I've tried to leave this as spoiler free as possible, which is why I've not spoke about the story too much, but if this video did encourage you to play the game, then I hope you can drop a like and subscribe, and also let me know your thoughts of this game if you do go and play it.